What's going on YouTube? It's Giga here, and today I am finally bringing you some Scarlet Violet battles for the Battle Stadium Double. We are still figuring out what the official format is, and so we're doing that right now. Also, sorry, we are using Showdown. I just haven't beaten the main game yet. If you want to see my playthrough, definitely make sure to check it out on Twitch. We're hopefully going to finish that up soon, and also I'm planning on uploading all of the sort of main parts to YouTube as well for people that want to watch that Let's Play, just because that makes the most sense. But in the meantime, today we are using this hyper offensive team built by Tio. For those of you who don't know who Tio is, he is just an incredible team builder. Overall, very strong player. Consistently one of the top names to see on the ladder. And also is one of the managers for Team India. So just an incredibly strong player, good at all of the management skills as well. So just a really strong force to be reckoned with. And this is a team that he used to absolutely dominate the ladder. And so I wanted to give it a try. It is hyper offense. And so I'm excited to check it out. He also does have a team report, so I'll make sure to include that below. And so the basic idea of this team is you have three main cores, right? You have Fluttermane with Chiyu, with the idea that you can lower people's special defenses with Chiyu, then get really strong hits off with Fluttermane. You also have Qianpao with Dragonite, and then Sandy Shocks and Indeedee. So Fluttermane, like we said, is a Choice Specs version with Dazzling Gleam, Moonblast, Shadow Ball, and Energy Ball. The idea is just to hit really as hard as you can, and taking advantage of the fact that you can lower some special defenses with Chiyu to get some easy knockouts that way. Chiyu is a Choice Scarf, right, with Heat Wave, Dark Pulse, Overheat, and Psychic, so it is also Terra Ghost, so something to watch out for. Next up, we have Qianpao with Dragonite. Once again, a similar idea. Qianpao lowers people's defenses, and Dragonite, terrestrializing into a normal type and firing off Choice Banded, boosted, extreme speeds, will just KO quite a bit of things. So really excited to try that out. Overall, some solid moves here, like Ice Spinner, Sacred Sword, Sucker Punch, and Protect. Like we said, we already talked about Dragonite here, just hitting really, really hard, putting on just a ton of pressure. And finally, we have the last core of Sandy Shocks with Indeedee. So Sandy Shocks is a really cool Pokemon, right? Being able to terrestrialize into an Ice type. So you do have that electric ice coverage for some really strong hits, a Life Orb, and then it is supported by Indeedee, right? Offering that redirection as well as helping hand. So this is a team. I will make sure to include Tio's social as well as the team report. And let's just kind of get into it. And as we sort of get into it, definitely make sure to subscribe, right? We are working our way towards 1 billion subscribers, and we really can't get there without you. So looking at my opponent's first team, right, it is going to be Dondozo with Tatsuguri, a Grimmsnarl, a Garganex Knackle. I don't know how to say these things. I'm still figuring everything out. Indeedee and Armor Edge. And so I like Qianpao with Dragonite. I think that that's going to be a really solid core with Fluttermane and then Chiyu in the back. Let's do that and see how it goes. We are going to indeed see this, so it is going to just give it a super strong boost. But I feel like, what's it called? Let's go for a Sucker Punch as well as a Terrestrialized Extreme Speed into Dondozo, because I think that that's really where the damage is coming from. Sorry, I'm trying to see if I have any water left. I could just reference the guide on how to deal with this. So we are going to see the... Oh, just kidding. I thought that that was going to do quite a bit more damage. So let's quickly see what I was actually supposed to do. Where is Dondozo? Dragonite, yep. All right, well, let's bring out Fluttermane here. And so now we can go for, let's go for that as well as go for a Dazzling Gleam, just trying to get some damage going, right? It is going to miss, unfortunately, as we will do pretty much nothing to this thing. Really just putting on the pressure here. And so my opponent is just going to continue to make fun of me, which, you know, is kind of rightly deserved. We will go for that. And then this thing is water. So let's just go for, let's just double it up right now. We do luckily get a nice little critical hit. I think that we needed that. You know, taking a decent amount of damage, they will just pivot out with their eject button, as Grimmsnarl is going to come in here. So a little bit scary, right, as we did lock ourselves into Psychic. As this thing is going to come out here, I would like to go for... I know that this thing can do some stuff. I'm going to go for an Ice Spinner onto it. I'm going to double up into it. Just trying to get rid of it. Grimmsnarl, I'm not super worried about. It is going to become an electric type, so that's fine. Getting some really good damage overall. We do get a nice little critical hit here, as it's going to go for an iron defense. That's fine with me. I'm going to go for an ice spinner onto the Grimmsnarl. Psychic did 35%, so I'm going to actually double up just in case they want to go for what's it called? They want to go for a I was going to say a light screen, but my opponent going to greatly just go for a trick, right? We love them trying to do that into my Dark Friend. As this is going to come out here, this is a Dragon Water, so I'm going to go for an Ice Spinner, as well as go for a Psychic here, just trying to get rid of it. We have double Dark types, or we have a Ghost Fire. So I thought that was Dark type, so Trick would actually be really useful here. Perfect, you're going to get rid of, never mind, I was going to say you're going to get rid of my Sash, but it works out for us, right? So a nice little way to start things off. I don't know why. Did they try and go for... Yeah, they went for it again. So overall, a solid start, right? It was definitely a little bit rocky, but we're figuring stuff out. And yeah, let's kind of adjust. We now know what the right plan is. As this is a really interesting team, right? We're going to see Meowscara with Cerulege, a Tinkaton with Veluza, a Baxcalibur, and a Clodsire. I really like Sandy Shock with Indeedee. Let's hope that they don't disconnect with Chanpao and Dragonite in the back. So we are going to see a Clodsire with a Baxcalibur. So I'm fine to go for, what's it called? A Follow Me, as well as, let's Helping Hand for the Earth Power. Just trying to get rid of the Clodsire. Clodsire, definitely something I'm a little bit weary of. And we should hopefully have good ways of dealing with Baxcalibur in the back. Baxcalibur in the back. So we'll see about that. I think that this is definitely a sort of solid option. I didn't actually see the message that they reconnected, so I don't actually know if they're still here. It doesn't look like they are, so I think we might just win on timer, which, you know, is kind of the way that Showdown sometimes works. But yeah, let's kind of see how it goes out. Maybe they'll reconnect at the last second. But it looks like, yeah, they're gonna lose due to inactivity. We'll just keep playing and seeing what we can do right now that I understand sort of the better options for the team. As now we're gonna see a pretty sun heavy team, right? We have Slitherwing, so that's gonna take advantage of the sun. Bug fighting with Torkoal, a Farafarig, or however you pronounce it, Tinglu, Dragapult, and an Arcanine. So honestly, I like Chanpao Dragonite. I think it just is really solid. Bug fighting means you should be weak to ice, I think. Actually, no, let's do Fluttermane instead. I like Fluttermane with Chi-Yu because I think that's going to hit quite a bit more. The only issue, though, is Dragapult, right? It's faster. So we'll kind of cross that bridge when we get there. I'll bring Chanpao and Dragonite in the back, right? Because that gives us a Sucker Punch that can potentially deal with this. As we will see exactly what I was afraid of, right? We're going to see Dragapult. I'm going to go for a... I'm going to switch into Dragonite, and I'm going to go for a... Actually, we have... Okay. I'm going to Moonblast the Farafarig, and I'm going to Dark Pulse into Dragapult because we are Choice Scarfed. As it turns out, they're Choice Scarfed as well. So that's unfortunate. You will lower my special attack, which I don't really appreciate, as we will get a solid amount of damage onto the Farafarig, as they will just fire off a Rain Dance here. I'm trying to go for a Moonblast here, as well as a Dark Pulse here, right? Just trying to mix this up, and this should give us hopefully some good damage, right? The Tinglu lowering my special attack is a little bit scary, as both of my attackers are special, but we do see like a solid of what we now know all of my opponent's Pokemon, and so that really is going to help us out, as unfortunately we don't get the knockout here. Ruination, though, will come through, and now, right, we can go for a pretty safe Moonblast, as well as a Dark Pulse right here, knowing that we will get the outspeed. We're both, actually, we're going to Moonblast here, and then we're going to Terrasilize into a Ghost type to avoid a potential No, Arcanine, no. I think it's fine. I think going for Moonblast here and then just going for the Dark Pulse here, right? That lets us save our Terrestrialization normal, and yeah, we ended up not needing it. We will get the nice little double knockout here. Unfortunately, though, right, it is going to be Arcanine, or not Arcanine, Dragapult in the back, which is definitely something really scary. I'm going to go for the double up into it, right? It should only be able to KO one thing. And I want to make sure to get rid of that Dragapult because we have ways of dealing with everything else in the back. And so, like I said, getting rid of this, as it is going to just go into a steel type. So really not what I had expected, right? I probably would have, okay, I was going to say I would have targeted a little bit differently, but we can bring out Chien-Pao and Dragonite here. I can't go for priority because it has, I'm assuming it has armor or whatever that ability is. So I'm going to go for that here, as well as just go for a dragon. Let's Sacred Sword into the Dragapult. And then go for, let's just go for an Iron Head into Farafarig, as that'll give me access to priority moves. We are going to perfect go down to our Sash, and then it looks like Sacred Sword will be enough to get the knockout, and then Dragonite will be more than able to clean it up. So overall, some really solid battles here. We're going to give a quick GG, and we just keep going. And so, like, I'm really glad I read the team report because I was playing before, and I wasn't doing well. But now we're kind of figuring it out. And so now, looking at my opponent's team, right, it is going to be a Clodsire with Tauros, that is the water one, Meowscara with Armor Edge, Arboliva, and Dashbun. So, of the cores, I kind of really like Sandy Shocks and Didi. I know that is typically like the least used core, but it actually hits everything for super effective, which is everything except Armor Edge, which we can deal with Fluttermane and Chi-Yu in the back. So I think this is probably the core I want to go with. The one thing we have to be really weary of, right, is going to be Trick Room, as we are going to see our Bolivia with the Clodsire. So I'm going to actually Terrasilize into an Ice type, trying to get rid of this. I'm going to go for a Terra Blast here, as well as go for a Helping Hand onto Sandy Shocks, just to get rid of this thing. I know that I can go for like a Throat Spray. And this way, right, if we become an Ice type, Clodsire, if it wants to go for a Ground type move onto us, is not going to do that much, which hopefully will let us just kind of start snowballing some KOs. And so, like I said, this is kind of the plan here. Terrasilizing into an Ice type, getting the Terra Blast off into our Bolivia, our Bulva, I don't know. I'm assuming this is the evolution of Smalldiv. That should really say how much I know about this game. So let's kind of see what happens here. We are going to get the Helping Hand off. The Terra Blast, not enough for a KO. So that's actually really, really bad for us, as we will luckily see the Earthquake go off. We will, thanks to Terrasilizing, right, take no damage. Also, they changed the terrain to grassy terrain, so that, you know, helps us out a bunch, as the Earthquake going to be weaker. Also, Clodsire, as far as I know, is a special attacker. So I mean, it is what it is. We're gonna double up into the Tauros, right? Only because of the fact that I'm really not worried about the Clodsire at this point, especially seeing that Earthquake come out. So I want to just double up into Tauros, right? We do luckily just get the knockout this way, and this way, right? The Psychic from the Indeedee going to be super effective, as we will see a Gunk Shot. So we are seeing a physical guy here. At this point, we can go for that hit here, and then we can just start firing off into the Dash Bun. We do need to obviously KO it, but I think at this point we do have more than enough. Oh, I was gonna say we have more than enough power to deal with it. We're gonna see the Roar, so that's fine. Chi-Yu is totally fine, right? It's gonna lower the special defense of everything, which means that I can start firing off terrible. I can Terra Blast into the Clodsire, as well as go for a Psychic into Dash Bun, which should, I'm hoping, with the drop, not quite enough to knock it out, but right at this point it is going to be a 4v1 with that, so we can go for a Terra Blast, as that is our strongest hit, plus the Psychic, and that should, yeah, that's going to be enough to take this one. So we'll play a couple more, right? This video obviously is a little shorter, thanks to the fact that it is obviously on Showdown instead of on Cart, but this is kind of me figuring out some of the common cores. And so let's look at this one. There is Annihilate, which is something to consider. There is Roaring Moon, Qian Pao with Umbreon, and Armor Edge, Gastrodon, and Annihilate. So I actually really like. I know that I should lead Chiyu. Actually, it has a Choice Scarf. I'm gonna do Flare Main Chiyu. I think that that's just overall really solid. With Qian Pao and Dragonite in the back, hopefully we can use our what's it called? Our Choice Scarf to kind of take us where we need to be. But I feel really good about our damage here, as we are going to see the Roaring Moon. Unfortunately, Qian Pao is going to be faster than us, so that is definitely something to kind of consider. I'm still going to go for... I'm going to go for the Moonblast here, as well as go for a Heat Wave. Let's go for a Heat Wave. Okay, I mean that worked out. I will take the extra damage. Okay, we doubled up into it. So that, I mean, that turn worked out really well. Right, I was just trying to do some. I was just trying to double it up and get some good damage on Qian Pao. But it worked out super well. As Gastrodon going to come out here, I'm fine to fire off a Moonblast onto Qian Pao, right? It just protected, as well as go for a Heat Wave. We do have access to our own Qian Pao as well as Dragonite, and I really just want to make it so if it goes down to Sash range, right, we can help like deal with it that way, as they are going to make a really smart read and go into Armor Edge, just trying to like deal with us that way. Luckily, there is no accuracy drop. I'm going to go for a Moonblast onto this Gastrodon, and then I'm going to switch out into our Dragonite, right? I think that that's going to be our best option here. I do need to be a little bit wary of some other stuff, but I think that this should do a solid amount of damage into the Gastrodon. It is going to actually just be enough for the knockout, so that's huge for us. Qian Pao going to come out here. I would like to double up into it. I'm going to also go for the extreme speed here, right? Because that way it'll probably... Okay, it's not going to bring it down to Sash. We will see the Sucker Punch come out, though, as it is going to lose some HP there. Go for the Armor Cannon. We can bring out our own Qian Pao here, which is great, right? We do have access to Sucker Punch, and we're going to drop their defense. So I think a Sucker Punch here, as well as going for a Dark Pulse onto the Armor Edge, should really help out, as yeah, we will get that nice little knockout. So overall, you know, some solid battles. I'm going to play... Let's play one more, right? Let's kind of end it on that one. We'll leave it here for there. Definitely, though, check me out on Twitch as I finish up the run. And so for this last one, we are going to see a Murkrow, right? So this is scary because it has Tailwind and it has priority with Prankster. So we have Murkrow here with Flutter Mane, a Scizor, an Iron Bundle, a Ceruledge, and Great Tusk. So some scary stuff there, right? Especially from the Flutter Mane. And so I'm going to quickly pick this up. Dragonite and Chiyu. Okay, so we're gonna do that, right? We're gonna lead Dragonite, Chiyu, and then... Or no. Sorry, we're going to Qian Pao Dragonite and then bring our Flutter Mane and Chiyu in the back. It is obviously scary with... Okay, perfect. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to... This is tricky. Let's do this. Let's try and get rid of Flutter Mane. Because then what we can do, right, is we have Sucker Punch to better deal with Ceruledge, and if we can maintain our Focus Sash, that should really help us too. So, right, that should put us in a pretty advantageous position, like especially like I said, is if we maintain that Sash, then we can deal with stuff in the later game. But I think that this is really our best bet right now. So we'll see kind of how this goes. We are going to see the swap out into Scizor, so that's actually totally fine, right? We're going for Protect here, as we will see perfect the Moonblast going into Qian Pao, Iron Head bringing it down to its Focus Sash. And so now what we can do, right, is we can go for a Sucker Punch here, and then I'm going to switch out into Chiyu. I think, yeah, let's do that. We're going to see the switch out here, so a really good call by my opponent, as we're going to probably take a Bullet Punch, yeah, bringing us down to our Sash. I'm going to go for a Sucker Punch here, as well as go for a Heat Wave. I think that this is a little bit risky, but I'm hoping to KO the Scizor, as we know where the Focus Sash is. And right, if we can get the Cerule Edge nice and low, we do have access to our own thing in the back. And so Sucker Punch, perfect. It is just going to get the knockout there. And at this point, right, we are in pretty good shape, as you probably are going to bring out, what's it called, your Flutter Mane. And okay, we're going to see the Iron Bundle. So I'm going to actually protect here. I'm going to protect here, and I'm going to go for a Heat Wave, right? With the idea that if we can KO the Scizor, we can just go for a Sacred Sword here. We are going to unfortunately miss. This is scary though, right? You are going to get, okay, you're just going to go for the Hydro Pump. I was really worried, what's it called? I was really worried about you potentially going for a Tailwind. But now we do have access to a Sucker Punch here, as well as we can go for an Extreme Speed onto the Iron Bundle. I think that should be pretty good. We do though really have to worry about some stuff, and yeah, so we are going to be able to take it. I'm going to stop here. Really excited to start to dive more into this. Definitely make sure to check out TO, check out the team report. Tell me if there's teams you want me to try. I'm currently looking. Hopefully we can get some stuff on Cart soon. And definitely, like I said, make sure to check me out on Twitch, where I'll be finishing my Let's Play and then just really try to do as much community stuff as I can. So that's all I got. Huge shout out to everyone for the constant support. And until next time, I hope all of you are wonderful, and I'll see you then.